There's a reason we forget most events we attend. But every once in a while, we remember a moment for the rest of our lives. And that only happens when the moment resonates so deeply that we feel it. So when this event ends, what will remain? A link, a photo, or something that we felt together? I first learned the answer to that question the hard way. As an impact artist, I mirror the spirit of communities around the world through interactive collaborative designs. And when I was asked to live paint at the UN General Assembly, I was excited and a bit nervous, but I was prepared. I had my easel, my canvas, my paint. I even had an earpiece translating what all the delegates would say so that I could translate their words into a painting in real time. But when the speeches ended, something quite unexpected happened. I was asked to address the delegates. My heart started racing, even now, just talking about it. I had just spent the last few hours listening to everyone else's words, and ironically, I hadn't prepared a single word to say. I took a deep breath, and what came to me in the moment was the idea of authenticity. To me, authenticity is when your thoughts, your words, and your actions are aligned. I had just captured the visual essence of this room, and that painting resonated with the International Committee of the Red Cross, which not only acquired the painting, but used it as their holiday card that year, sending it out to over 100 countries. That moment stayed with me. The moment stayed with me because it taught me that what we feel together lasts longer than the moment itself. We're going through an incredible technological change and experiencing this together. Over the last centuries, we've experienced this together. The Industrial Revolution has automated the body. The internet has connected the world. Social media has amplified voices in isolation. And now, artificial intelligence is trying to automate the mind, which is fascinating and a bit scary. So the question becomes, if the body can be automated and the mind can be automated, what remains uniquely human? The heart. In an automated world, shared human presence becomes the most valuable currency we have because we don't remember every moment. We remember the ones we feel. Most of us have experienced the exact opposite of this, talking with our friends, checking our phone, we're half listening. We're physically together, but mentally we're somewhere else. That's how disconnection happens. Not all at once, but moment by moment. So when we are here, let's really be here. Which brings us to this moment. Today I've been doing something very simple. I've been paying attention out of curiosity and respect. Today I've had the profound honor of being an active listener, absorbing all of your words in the moment, listening to your visions, your ideas, your dreams, listening to speakers, and even talking to members of the audience. And I captured the words that kept rising to the surface. I then painted those words around the very emblem that unites us here today, the TEDxStamford logo. These are your words. Words like community, support, respect. What word resonates with you? The words are surrounded by my geometric motif, balances the foreground and the background in a circuitry-like design that brings everything together. But why capture these words? Our words matter. What I'm really doing is turning this room into a mirror that shows us who we are and what we believe in together. And that's important. But this painting didn't exist this morning. I didn't know what words would be said, where they would go, how long it would take me to paint it. And that's risky, but it's alive. And that's where connection lives, because when we show up authentically, without knowing exactly how it's going to turn out, that allows other people the permission to do the exact same. And this wasn't here just today, sharing this message and listening, but because we are here today, every time I do a major art activation, I also do a communal activation. And so yesterday, I spent the day at the Boys and Girls Club in Stamford, Connecticut. And while I was there, I asked the students what inspires them, and we created that painting together. So because we are all here at this TEDx event, you should all know that we are positively impacting the community around us and creating something that will last way longer than this event. I believe that my art doesn't create connection, it reveals the connection that's already there. And when that happens, and when people feel seen, they show up differently. This happened recently at a conference I was invited to paint at, and I was really excited to be there, but some of the event organizers were a bit hesitant to bring me in. They said I didn't look like them. They were worried I couldn't represent them or respect them. But I don't have to be part of your group to respect it. So I did what I always do. I showed up and I asked a simple question. What does this community mean to you? And people lined up to talk to me. One person said that he met his significant other at this event. One person said that this community helped get him through the hardest year of his life. People started seeing themselves in the painting. And when people feel heard, they show up differently. I believe that good art is about storytelling, the idea of yourself or someone else, an idea or an emotion. But great art is about connection. Do you actually connect to the story being told? And when we do connect, we realize something simple but powerful. There's more that unites us than divides us. Woo! That helped inspire my first impact design, my One Love logo. This design features the word love in over 100 different languages, meant to signify that, in fact, there is more that unites us than divides us. You'll find Turkish is next to Armenian, Arabic is next to Hebrew, which is next to German, Russian is even next to Ukrainian. We may write it differently, we may pronounce it differently, but the meaning is still the same. Love. And the longer people look at the heart, the longer they find their word connected to others. And that's exactly the point. Recently, this design was selected as an Impact Award winner to preserve humanity's legacy on the moon, which is still quite surreal to say. I asked people all around the world, what does the moon mean to you? What message would you send to the moon? And I captured those words and painted them around my One Love logo digitally. And a few months ago, I got to go to the Bit Basel Sea and Space Summit in Miami, where I got to meet some incredible astronauts and even saw the gold plate that had my design etched onto it. And that gold plate is going to be affixed to the Griffin lunar lander that's scheduled to launch later this year. But if we're sending messages to the moon, what messages are we leaving here? For most of my adult life, I'd felt quite lost. I knew what I didn't want, but I didn't know where I belonged. I saw my friends with clear paths, clear success, and I was still figuring it out. How did I not know what I wanted to do with my life? But thanks to the incredible support of my family, who is here tonight in attendance, I love you guys. They taught me it was okay to fail forward, that it's okay to take the time to find what sets your soul on fire. And they taught me an incredible lesson, that the greatest way that you can love someone is to encourage them to be their most authentic self. That every moment is a chance for you to reflect the love that you want to see in this world. And that helped me find my life's purpose, to spread love and positivity through art and education. My goal became simple. I wanted to share that love and support I was given from my family to help students all around the world feel the power of flow, feel the power of presence, feel the power of community. I've collaborated with over 40 schools globally. And when I paint with students, I like to meet them where they are. I like to ask a unifying question. What's important to you? What inspires you? What is this space? What does this school mean to you? And then I take the students' words and designs, often beautifully done and really inspired somewhat by my work and often by others, and I take them and I put it up in their space to create a mural or a painting. This school calls this the portal of positivity because they say you can't walk through it without feeling the positive essence of it. And when students see their words, see their art in their space, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel like they belong. I saw this recently come to life with a student in real time. I was actually doing this interactive art assignment, and I was asking people to introduce themselves before they got started. And everyone was jumping up, raising their hands, wanted to be first, and everyone presented except one girl in the back. She was kind of hunched over, so I didn't pick her. We started the interactive art assignment, and I asked the students, what do you love about this school? And everyone got busy creating their designs. I look over at the girl in the back, and she had her head so far down, hunched over, I couldn't tell if she was sleeping or creating. By the end of the period, as I always do, I asked who wants to share their designs with the class. To my surprise, the girl in the back raised her hand and looked me right in the eye. So I was like, all right, she's got to be the first person to come up here. She shared her design with the class. And this class erupted as if she just hit a championship-winning shot. She smiled bigger than anything I've ever seen before. And without knowing the full context, I know that we had witnessed something transformational. That moment didn't happen because of me. It happened because she felt safe enough to be seen, that she felt safe enough to create from the heart. That is the power of connection through art. I then took her artwork and all the artwork of her classmates and created this mural in their locker area to signify how special it was. One of my collectors recently called me the anti-AI artist. She said you can never be replaced by AI because you connect with people in real life through these collaborative, creative moments. And while I quite like the phrase, I prefer to think of myself as pro-human. Sure, AI can do a lot of what I do, the photos, the videos, and the art, but it cannot generate presence. It cannot generate connection. That requires us. The Industrial Revolution may have automated the body, AI may be automating the mind, but the heart remains the final frontier. And that's why in an automated world, shared human presence becomes the most valuable currency we have. We spend billions on digital infrastructure, faster systems, smarter internet, but connection, that requires human infrastructure, moments, conversations, shared experiences. So I have a small challenge for you. The next time you're in a conversation, put down your phone. Be present. Actively listen. Maybe ask a question that shows you're there. Because connection doesn't happen accidentally. It happens with attention. So as this event comes to an end, what will remain? Not just a link, not just a photo, but a shared moment made visible. Thank you for sharing this feeling with me.